Alright, so as I said before, I don't want to overload you guys with camper videos because you guys are mostly here because I do tech stuff. And I'm going to do some tech videos today. Well, sort of. It's going to be basically one big camper update video. But it's going to be a lot of little things involving electrical wiring and 12 volt, as well as drilling some holes, and it's going to be a lot of different little things coming together to make a video, because I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a 12 volt power. What I'm going to be doing is basically taking the main 12 volt out of the power converter and making that and bridging that out as a second crap, my brain just stopped, as a second 12 volt source. So what I'm going to be doing, because that's going to be run for the radio, but then again I might just tap into one of the other sources. But I have a few other things I want to do, but they're going to be later, so I might go ahead and install the circuit breaker box I want to put in, or I might just tap into another source. I'm not sure yet how I want to do that. Crap, I might. So right now I'm headed off to a hardware store that's hopefully open on the 4th of July, and I need to get the trailer open. I'm going to what I'm going to be doing is I have a decent radio that I'm going to put in there. It's nothing special, just a dual branded radio, kind of crappy. Like, I wouldn't want to run it in a car, but for what I'm doing with the camper, it's going to be more than plenty. And then I'm going to be blowing some holes in the cabinet so I can put speakers in there. Try to decide how I really want to go about doing this. It's like, I still have more stuff waited, like an antenna, but I really don't think we're going to be listening to the radio anyway, so I might not even put that in. It's just going to be there. That guy always has stacks of pallets on his truck. So I'm going to see if this hardware store actually has stuff I need, and if they're even open. Otherwise I have to go across the bridge to Home Depot, and I really don't want to do that. I'd rather support a local business. But they just opened this week. A family named Ships, they decided to retire, and none of their children wanted to take over the business. The business had been here over 40 years, maybe 50 years, and it was the only hardware store between here and about, within 20 miles of here, that was in New Jersey. Otherwise you had to go to Delaware. And it's just a little True Value store. They just decided to retire, and nobody would take it over. It was really sad. Like, kind of like supporting these little local businesses. Like this Radio Shack, even though it's a Radio Shack, it's a privately owned Radio Shack. And so he's really a local business, even though it's a national name. But I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and shut the video off and get back to you guys once I'm at the camper and have the Sony Handycam set up. Talk to you later. Alright, so two of the first things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be replacing this light here. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put a light here, because I'm going to tap into the power for this one. The cover is broken, switch is broken, so it was just cheaper to buy a new one. But, you know, the only lights that are in here are up top. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this light assembly in here. I forgot to bring the LED bulb I have. So what I need to do, and I'm going to do this off camera, is find out just how much wire I'm going to need to reach to over here. Actually, I can do that right now. Let me, I don't need a whole lot of wire. So that's, I'm going to leave a little bit of slack so that I can, oh yeah, the cutters are down here. So I'm going to leave a little bit of slack so that if I need to service this light in the future, I can do so. Most wiring in trailers has black as ground, white as positive. So for the majority of what you're going to see me doing, that's how I'm going to be doing it. Now this is, because most of this wiring is going to be hidden anyway, you know, I'm not really worried about making it the prettiest install. But real quick off camera, well, if I can grab them, I'll do it on camera. Oh, is this? I'm just going to do these quick butt connectors, and hopefully the hole I'm about to drill will be big enough to get it through there. I'm running a little bit heavier wire than what this light has, but that's fine. And that's the white one, so I'll put. So what you might not have seen me do is just strip a little bit of wire, stick this through, and voila, she's crimped. I was joking the other day saying that Eric the Car Guy stole my video idea of showing how to do wire a wiring job. But you know, I'm not. I do a lot of electrical work, especially a lot of 12-volt electrical work. But I would never consider myself an expert. If this were an outside installation, you know, like if these connectors were going to be outside, I would solder them and use heat shrink. But since these are inside, and speaking of inside, I'm about to get inside. Oh crap! I need to drill first. That might help. Which one do I want to use? I'll use the small one. I brought several drills with me today because I don't really have a whole lot of access to power. So I brought several fully charged drills with me. You always want to make sure you know what's behind you or behind where you're going before you. Alright, so that's going to be for the wires to pass through. Hopefully this is big enough for the butt connector to go through. Oh, that ain't good. This is a really thin wire on this. Alright. Apparently I didn't get a good enough crimp on that. I used the wrong size. light. Alright, I'm going to have to redo that one. So, I'll be right back. Okay, so I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. I just installed the light. What I did is I went back through. Turns out when I crimped the one wire, I didn't have it all pushed all the way in. So now it is crimped in properly. I took a bigger hole. I took my smallest hole saw and enlarged the hole a little bit. So now we're going to move on to this light over here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the one out of the car. I'll be right back. Alright, and the funny thing is I actually blew the bulb in the new unit because I put 19 volts through it. And I'm waiting on my LED bulbs to come in from Amazon. They'll be in tomorrow. So, and I'm not going to do it on camera, but before I leave today, I will be running a bead of caulk around this. So what I need to do, oh wow, that is on there. What I need to do now is I'm going to drill through to the inside of the cabinet there. That's, hold on, I gotta take a look inside this cabinet, see what I can do. That hole is a little bit higher than I thought it would be. But, oh, that does run through. Tyler, let me go take a quick gander. I'll be right back. Alright, so I managed to fish the wires up through the hole that was there. And I hate these quick splices. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them. Probably not. What I'm going to do is do something a little bit ghetto, but not really. The thing I hate about these is that the cutters are on that side. But then I also hate that my other ones, the cutters are on the front, but then the crimpers themselves are on the back. This looks like pretty decent sized wire. Actually, just looks like really good insulation. Alright. Like I said, don't worry, I am going to re-caulk this once I'm done. But right now, I'm just trying to get it going. And on these, the blue one is in the middle. And somebody just drove by and waved at me. So you probably think I'm weird because I have a camera here and I'm showing it. And then what's about to happen is why it would be really nice to have a helper right now. Where's the new one? There's the new one. Oh yeah, I need to strip those wires. So these are the wires that I just installed for that little light. I may actually be better off using the yellow connectors. So I might have to check that out. Either way, because both of these are going to be using LED bulbs, there's not going to be enough power draw. You know, I mean, I'm not going to have any issues amount of power, you know, running a second light fixture off of this circuit. That's just not going to be an issue. I think we might be running like an amp or two. Alright. So now, I just got to get all these wires stuffed in here. Take this off. And apparently I have to reuse the old screws. I know I have to reuse the old light bulb. Because I do want to show you guys that all this works. And then let's stick a new, this I'm going to be putting a new LED bulb in it. Come very soon. Once I get them in. I can't show anything working until I get the generator hooked up, and I'm not going to do that until I have the stereo installed. I had a need to stick the bit out a little bit more. Oh yeah, I need to turn this down. Actually, you can probably do it better. Just like that. And boom goes the dynamite. I kind of want to hook the generator up and see if that works. But I also kind of don't because the generator's loud and obnoxious. So what I'm going to do next is start looking at putting these speakers in. In an effort to not just have a ridiculously long video that's not all that interesting. Hold on one second. Left my wire strippers outside. I'm only going to show you doing the one speaker. Alright, these are the ones I chose. These are inexpensive. This was $14.55 plus free shipping for 4 of these on eBay. All 4 for that price. So let me give you an idea here. I'm gonna, hope you don't mind being moved around. That right there where that door is, I'm gonna be removing that door, and the radio is gonna be mounted back there. And I'm gonna be putting this speaker facing this way on that box there. So, but for right now, what I'm going to show you how to do is wire up a speaker. Now this one, like I said, I only need, I'm going to give like a foot or two of wire. I have 100 feet here. I'm going to do like a, what do I have, 16 gauge? Yeah. 16 gauge wire, which is way more than is needed for this. I'm going to give this about, I'll give it about 2 feet, or whatever that is right there. Now, I'm a little bit anal here. I just realized I don't have a way to, I don't have a knife on me. So I'm doing this the hard way to strip that wire, or to split it. So these use spade terminals, which probably most of you are familiar with, and I should be able to use, let's see, am I able to use the red ones? Yeah, I'll use the red ones for these. Hope I grab the right ones. So, I'm going to use the red ones on these. Although I don't have a whole lot of red ones, so I'm going to have to use the blue ones. Eventually, they both fit on here. Like that. Now, I'm a little anal. There's on this particular wire, it's not going to be the same on all speaker wires. There's a black line. And that's the one I'm going to put on the negative side. That's just my personal preference. Nobody really has to follow that. You can do whatever you want to do. That is just my personal preference. Some of them have red wire or red lines. A lot of times I'll still do that as negative. Sometimes I'll do it as positive. I don't really care as much as I say I do. But so once I'm ready to do this on the radio, I'll bring you guys in. So these just slide over like so. I make it look so easy, don't I? Where am I at? There I am. I'll try to do this stand off to the side of the camera. And then this side will get wired into the harness on the radio. For right now, I'm going to focus my attention over here, and I'll be right back. Alright, you'll have to bear with me because I am upside down. I'm looking at this upside down. So, one of the things I noticed is that this hole saw is pretty much the exact same size, there we go, as this cloth opening here. So, what I decided to do, and again, you'll have to bear with me because I'm looking at this upside down, is I'm going to mount them from the back. So what I did is I went to the hardware store this morning. I got these little, what they call speed nuts. Then I can use these 8x32 focus, there we go, screws there, machine screws to hold them in. So each speaker is going to take 4 screws and 4 nuts. So I bought 16 of them, or 16 of each. So real quick, you won't be able to see me doing this off camera, but I'm going to install the speed nuts, and then because like I said before, I don't want to have like a ridiculously long and boring video. And alright, so they're all put on. What I'm going to do is load this hole saw into my beast drill here. Put that in drill mode. So I'm thinking I might run it right here. So I'm going to put this pilot hole. Now I do know what's on the other side, which is at this point nothing. That way I can save the hole saw bit as much as possible. Wow, this is that was taking more than I thought it would to do. So then I can load this right here. And what I should do, and I didn't think about doing it beforehand, is what I'll do is take a smaller bit, smaller than the size of the opening here, or of the screw holes here. And then I'll load it right in like that. And I'm going to do that off camera, because I meant to do it on camera before. Well, actually, I might just go ahead and do that. I'm going to try see if I have a marker in my car, because I could do it that way, but I'm probably going to do it the stupid way.
Alright, so I just took a little bit of a break, had a Wawa hot dog and a... What the heck was I in it? I've been guzzling some Gatorade here, because I am sweating my you-know-what's off. So, you saw me put in that speaker, pretty much directly across from it I have that one. This one I made a little mistake, and didn't consider the fact that the bracing would at the top and the side, so I ended up having to bolt it from the outside, and then I have that one there. Yes, I know the imaging isn't perfect. I considered putting them on the back wall there, and also on the back wall here, but when you put the cushions on the back, you know, you'd only have that one, or I'd have to have real close next to each other. But this doesn't have to be perfect. So what I'm going to do real quick, now I don't think I'll be able to film me doing this because film this next part, because it's going to be very difficult for me to work around the camera. But I'm literally taking this box here and screwing it here. It came with, what, 8 screws or something? So, but what I'm going to do real quick, before I do that, is, let me pull it out this way then. I got my little APC backup battery. Here, I'm going to plug this in. I ran some wires for positive and ground here. Give you an idea of what it's going to sound like. Let me point you up more towards that way. Sorry about all the movement. But just ejected the CD. CD reading. I'm not going to really mess with all the there's a cabin in a valley. I can't was it numbers? I don't know who made the CD. The CD was in the CD player when I got. But go to treble here. A little bit of treble. To this day, when I hear that song, I see you standing there. Ah, crap. Wrong button. I'll give it a little bit of crap. I'm not going to play more than a few seconds of it. Discount shades, store-bought tan, flip-flops and cut-off jeans. Somewhere between that setting sun, I'm on fire. That's more than good enough for what I need in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that together. I'll show you. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you figuring out the wiring on this for the power wire. What I did do, and I'll show you this here, and I'm about to put some caulk in there, is these 3 speakers here, the wires run under the camper and up through the hole here. And then I'm going to run the power wire from the box on the other side. When I do that, I'm going to have to take that little table out. But, yeah, so this project's coming along, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. Alright, so here's the finished project right here. It's pretty much where it's going to stay. I mean, like, I don't need that door because can't close it anymore thanks to the exhaust tube. I'm actually going to be taking this sink out because the whole counter is messed up, and what's the point if it's not working right? I'm glad we can agree. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull up this board here, figure out where I need to mount everything for the circuit box, well, fuse box, and once I have an idea where I'm going with this, I will give you an idea where I'm going with this. So, catch you all in a minute. So, as much as I would like to give you guys every little tiny piece of information as I can, the video would go on forever and be incredibly boring. So I did some testing off camera to make sure that what I thought was happening
what's actually happening. So, this is what I'm going to be using. And I'm hoping it's in focus, because I can't see. This is a little fuse block that we actually sell where I work. Where did that ring terminal go? Oh, here we go. So what I did, just to verify what I knew to be true, is I stuck this on here so I could stick it in the spade terminal. Actually, you know what? I will be able to use that. Never mind. I'm not going to change the terminal on it right now. And then I also put a ring terminal on the ground so I could, side of the radio, so I could ground it to the case of the power supply. Those of you that do computer stuff, this really is very similar to a computer power supply in a lot of ways. I'll even use the same screws. So the radio is going to be grounded here. I could, in theory, install a ground tap, but I don't really see the need. So what I'm going to do, like I said, oh man, what is this, actually an American one? Yeah, it's actually 3/8, not 10 millimeter. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can even see me, taking the little nut loose on the fuse panel. So what this will allow me to do, like right now, I'm only going to be installing one fuse in here, and but it gives me the ability to add 6 more taps to this. And this is the fuse that was in it, the fuse that's on here on the power supply is a 20 amp. Now I forgot to bring screws, so I tried running to True Value, but they were closed. Today is in fact the 4th of July. What is this? Oh, this is Velcro, isn't it? I don't know what the heck. Oh, it is Velcro. Alright, so this will work. Sort of. This is the 3M Command Velcro stuff, apparently. I thought I just got regular, normal stuff. But, for right now, this will hold it. And when I say for right now, we all know I'm probably going to forget all about it until it falls off and shorts out power supply. But the reality is I'm using smaller fuses than needed. I'm using 10 amp fuses, and so then this would actually trip a lot quicker than necessary. That actually worked out pretty good. So put that on here, and then stick a 10 amp fuse in, and I'm gonna go ahead and put move that 20 amp fuse for this guy. Okay. So now you're going to hear the generator fire up. I can see you, but you can't see me. Alright. So the radio ejected the CD. And it actually just took the CD back in. Shut the thing off. I don't know if it's actually going to read upside down or not. But I'm going to say in track 1. What the heck? Oh, shoot. Why didn't anybody tell me? Apparently Okay, so this doesn't like playing CDs upside down. But that's fine. What I'm going to do is I have a very long extension cord. So I'm going to put the generator as far away as I humanly can. And I'll be right back. Actually, before I do that, I'll show you. This guy works. And I did a pretty crappy caulk job, but I'm going to clean that up after it's dried. That works. And so does that one. So I'm going to shut this generator off and I'll get right back to you. Alright, so I don't know if you can see this. I've got the generator all the way down there. I mean, you can still hear it. That thing is not the highest quality. This should be on the front input. Although, I don't know what's still with the lights flickering. I don't know if the generator is about to give out or something. Should be. Okay. Oh, okay, that was part of its, Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some, hopefully, royalty-free music. This is modern rock, Pink Floyd style. This is just this is actually royalty-free music that I bought. Paid $8 for this album. It's got like a couple hundred songs though. So over here in the seated area, I'll be sitting here. That won't be open though. You can see how those speed nuts work. But what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to put on some real music. This clip will be on my extra channel. It's the same name, but it has the picture of the blue truck on it instead of the picture of the compact. So I'm going to play some real music, see how it sounds, and I'll get back to you in a bit.